2 a.m. Lord, what is this? It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. and I'm staring at the ceiling, wondering where we went wrong. I ask myself, will these feelings go away? Praying, Lord, don't let me go insane. Why did it have to come to this? Why did I put up with your shit? You was my better half, we was lit. We was lit. I don't wanna let you go. You gotta hold, you got my soul. I know you ain't no good for me. Please let me go to sleep. Why are you taking over me? You should be right here next to me. Should I call or text your phone? Or maybe next to a hoe? Making love, fucking and fighting, we toxic. Don't need your love if it come with a fucking price tag. You can't love me anyway. You just never here to stay. I don't need no more pain. Could we ever be friends? But what about our kids? Damn, I'm sick of this shit. It's 2 a.m. and I'm staring at the ceiling, wondering where we went wrong. I ask myself, will these feelings go away?
What is good, gang? I started off with this song, and I'm gonna actually play some more of my other favorite songs as we go along. This is actually an original that would be on my album. It's called 2 a.m. I hope y'all can hear me very well. I'll try to turn this down just a little bit more. But yeah, it will be on my album. I started off with that one because the story that I am going to be talking about today actually stems from that song. I wrote that right after we broke up because I feel like I was finally getting free and he was still like trying to make me feel bad for leaving when I knew leaving was the best option for me. So let me introduce myself for those who don't know who I am. I am Babydaboss, better known as Thefaceofmiami. Okay, I think I messed that up. Let me do that again. I am Babydaboss, better known as Thefaceofmiami. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yes, I am going to be talking about a very, very, very emotional topic today. It's a little bit more emotional than I have expected it to be because I didn't really realize, you know how we as people, we think we healed from something, but the whole time it be just down in there cooking up, wondering why you're angry, wondering why you're mad, wondering why you want to snap on everybody, you wondering why, all type of stuff. But that's because you're holding on to certain things that you just need to let go and let God. And with that being said, Minnie was asking why I was in the hospital this past 2 days. I was actually there for 2 days. I didn't share it with y'all until the second day because, like I said, I was very emotional. It felt like I was reliving this situation all over again. And just to know how long I stayed in that relationship and to know how long I literally allowed this man to manipulate my mind and make me feel like he was the only one gonna ever love me, and don't nobody love me because I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that and da 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 da. Yeah, all that was bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you why it was bullshit. I met this young man and it wasn't always bad, so I'm not gonna paint this picture like he was just this evil bastard. He just had evil ass ways. Everybody battle their demons differently. But anyways, I met this young man when I ran away from my trafficker. And he, like many don't know, but I am a trafficking victim. If you don't know what trafficking is when somebody takes you, holds you for a while, and forces you to do things that you don't want to do. They come in different shapes and sizes. You don't have to meet this person. They don't have to snatch you off the street. It could be somebody that you known for quite a while, like me. I knew this guy for 3 years. He knew my life. He learned my life. He learned what I needed, what I wanted, what I didn't have. And he gave all those things until he ripped me for everything that I did have. And even my innocence, even my mental state, all of that and the above. And you know, for a long time I was kind of scared to talk about stuff like this. I was kind of ashamed. I was kind of all that, but fuck y'all, because some of y'all still hoes and y'all hoeing for free. Some of y'all mammies is hoes right now on 79th Street, so you can eat my ass because God has restored me, renewed me, and all of the above. So a bitch can suck my dick with all that bullshit of, oh, you're not ashamed you know, you're a grown woman and you have a career. You don't think people are gonna fuck them people? Because the people that's for me is gonna understand me and relate to me and understand everything that I overcame and everything that I've been through. It was for somebody else. So I'm so thankful that I was able to overcome it so I could teach other people how to get through it. So basically, I met this guy through his brother, and after I ran away from my trafficker, you know, my trafficker was sending threats, trying to set me up and all type of weird shit. But we wasn't seeing none of that shit. I got the fuck around. You ain't finna. That's gonna be a different story for another day. I'm actually gonna come back and tell y'all about that one of these days. But anyway, I ended up running away from him or whatever the case may be. And I ran to a so-called friend who so-called, like, he didn't really introduce me, but he did. So he didn't even introduce him as his brother, so I should have known better because I kept trying to figure out who he was and why he didn't want to introduce me. But as time goes by in this story, you'll realize what he was trying to protect me from. But this is what my problem is with people. If you know somebody ain't a good person and you know they got fucked up ass ways, say that. Don't let a motherfucker stay in a situation and you know they in a fucked up ass situation and you know it could get worse. Why would you just leave me there? And I came to you for help. Why would you just leave me there? And you knew that it was no good for me. I'm thinking that he's just going to be a friend and he's going to do what I need him to do, stick by my side. Mind you, I have ran away, pregnant with a baby that I don't want, don't know how I got there, all type of shit. That's why I say that's another story for another day. But long story short, I'm already pregnant. I don't want this baby. I'm confused. I broke. My account is negative $367. I remember it like it was yesterday. What am I supposed to do? And I ran to this friend thinking that they could help me or whatever. They leave me with their brother saying, oh, well, I gotta go handle something. I'm finna link you later. Just chill with him for a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. A little bit turned into days because Jit never came back, never called to check on me, no nothing. He just left me with this brother that he knew wasn't no good. Hey, I fucked that eyebrow up. We can fix that. That he knew was no good, but he just left me there instead of, you know, coming to make sure that I was okay. So boom, we end up kicking it off. Like I said, he wasn't always an asshole. He started off as cool people. He had certain ways that I didn't like about him, so that's why I kind of kept my distance from the beginning. So when I did get, you know, away, we had our little conversation. I told him what I was experiencing, what I was going through. I realized, like, he was a little too excited, you know, trying to tell me this and tell me that, whatever. That's not what I'm here for. I'm trying to get my own life together. I don't need you to give me advice on what to do and what not to do, especially when it's pertaining to something that I really don't want to do anyway. So long story short, I end up going back to my mom's house, having to get an abortion and all that crazy stuff. So, you know, the whole time that I was at my mom's house, he was always calling to check on me. He offered to go with me to go get the abortion. You know, he was playing his role. So, long story short, we end up linking again because, you know, my mama kicked me out. Couldn't stay there for long. It was time for me to get the fuck from around. You heard? So, I end up getting a room and trying to survive in the worst ways that I thought was going to help me survive. And this person was just supposed to be like, you know, a lookout and help me here and there. But he turned into the worst nightmare of my life. I came to the point where I didn't want to do this no more. I just want to dance or, you know, go to school, do something better with my life than this. And niggas told me, well, he slapped me. That was the first time he ever hit me. And told me, oh, no, you gonna get the fuck out and do what the fuck we started doing. I'm like, oh, yeah? That's what this turned into? Okay, then. I'm gonna kill you, too. Nah, I was just saying, but yeah, that's how I felt. Like, damn, dog, I already got one nigga on my hit list. Like, you too? Like, damn, this fucked up. Y'all niggas ain't shit out here in these streets. So, long story short, this situation go on for a long time. I end up, you know, becoming weak-minded, thinking that I really deserve to live like this. Or I became weak-minded, thinking that the way he was treating me is what how I was supposed to be treated because of how he found me and where I came from. So I allowed myself to get weak and forget my worth and forget who I am and who God made me be and who God is actually making me become. So I really lost my way. I can honestly say that, and that's why I felt myself, and that's how I stuck in that situation, because I felt like nobody loved me, nobody understand me, nobody's listening to me, nobody's gonna care, nobody wants somebody who's so damaged, nobody wants somebody with kids and problems and all this other extra stuff. So I allowed him to think, and then he was supportive in ways, he was caring in ways, so I allowed him to manipulate my mind in so many other ways. He became abusive. That was after that slap. He became very abusive from, you know, stomping on my head, kicking me, all type of shit one time. And then things would get better. It wasn't always bad. That's the thing. Like, it wasn't always bad. And every time I tried to run away, he would do the worst. Like, the worst. He would do the most. And he knew I had nowhere to go. So he would drop me off at like a fucking gas station, knowing damn well I don't got no car with all these clothes. He would do weird shit like that, knowing that I'm gonna have to call him back, or knowing that he'll come back and still see me there and be like, man, get your stupid ass in the car. Look what you got me out here doing. You know, try to flip it on me and make it seem like it's my fault that he doing this gook ass, weird ass, envious ass shit. Whole time, the truth is, the matter is, he had low self-esteem. He didn't quite love himself. He had already went through trauma of his life that he never really fucking healed from. And he was just dragging me along with the bullshit like he really gave a fuck. But in reality, he just needed somebody to have him around too, because he didn't have shit. He didn't have shit either but a car. You feel me? So it is what it is. Like, he needed somebody. I needed somebody. Perfect match at the time, so you would have thought. So you would have thought. But the reality of it is, he was full of shit, and he meant me and nobody else no good on this earth. I'm not even gonna cap to y'all. Nobody, because he gotta kill his stuff in order to get there. But anyways, let's get to the fucked up part of this relationship. Things got better. He stopped making me do what I didn't want to do because I put my foot down, and I started making sure, like, no, bro, like, I'm not finna da-da-da-da. You can get the fuck out, because now I done got me a crib. Now I done hustled my way up. If I got my way to where I need the motherfucker be, I don't really fucking need your ass no more. I got love for you, homie, but I don't really need your ass no more. So it is what it is. So niggas started adapting. Still abusive, still controlling, still this and still that. But you will know when you're in a situation like that, you just learn to adapt. You learn to adjust. And that's the sad part. I learned to adapt and to adjust to a situation that I had no business in the first place. So boom. Trickling on down to the end of last year, where I made this decision that, okay, yeah, I'm done with this. I cannot do this no more. And I started linking up with friends, hanging out a little bit more or whatever. And then I started telling him, you know, I don't want to be with you no more. I don't feel like this going nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you're elevated. I don't feel like nothing. Niggas stole $3,500 from me. Niggas have done the most. I've gave you money and you still didn't do nothing with it. I have done the most to try to help you amount to the man that I think that you should be. But if you don't want it yourself, how the fuck am I going to help you get it? Not going to ever happen. So basically, I leave. I stay out all night. Shout out to my motherfucking sis Bianca, because she let me hold her car and shit like that. She went out of town. She knew what was going on a little bit. She didn't know how bad it was. And I thank you for all my friends that was around during that time, because a lot of people didn't even know I was in that situation. Y'all, they felt, you know, so bad when they did find out, because it was like, why the fuck did you never say nothing? And it was honestly because I felt like I couldn't trust nobody, really. Like, I felt like I couldn't trust nobody, and I felt like I had to go through that on my own and get out on my own, which I did. So long story short, I ended up hanging out one night, living my motherfucking best life. You heard? Came home and all my shit was stood up. So I was like, whoa. Before we even get there, this time I had a stroke. People kept on asking why I was in the hospital. I almost forgot. I was in the hospital because one time around the time Gordy got killed, this is actually around the same time he got killed. We were supposed to be going to his wake. I ended up getting too drunk. I was booked for a party at this club that night, and he was a little upset that I got too drunk, and he wanted me to drive so I could kind of like sober up. But I was smacked to the T. You hear me? Like, I was so drunk, I knew I couldn't drive. So he ended up slapping the fuck out of me because he said that I wasn't listening. I'm grown as fuck, bitch. I don't gotta listen to you. I barely listen to my mama. How you think I'm with your dumb ass right now? The fuck? Anyways, I ended up getting slapped. I was so mad. It was a little commotion outside because I tried to fight him back a little bit, but it didn't really work out too well. So I ended up, my sister ended up coming outside, and I was crying. So she like, man, what the fuck you crying for? So I can't really tell her because I don't want them in my business. I can't stay at y'all house. The fuck I'ma go? Bitch, I'm down there already homeless. I'm already carless, bitch. Fuck am I gonna do? What are you gonna help me do? You barely can help yourself. So I just cried my way back to fuck to sleep. Fuck that, fuck this, get out my face. I don't want to talk to nobody. Wish I would have got my dumb ass out the car, because I ended up sobering up and waking up around like 2 something in the morning and realized like we was asleep in a fucking Planet Fitness parking lot. So I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, okay, why we didn't just go get a room, or why we didn't go to the club? What the fuck is going on? So boom, I wake him up. I'm like, bro, it's only 2 o'clock. We can still go. I'm finna just get dressed. Da, 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 da. Niggas go to cussing me the fuck out. I ain't taking your bitch ass nowhere. You should have woke up and I told you. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck type of bullshit is this? It's not even that serious. I mean, like, we all came here we came here to do a job, and you're failing the fucking mission, my boy. Even though I was asleep, that's nothing in his business, bitch. I was drunk. My best friend is dead. I didn't even make it to the wake. Fuck. So I ended up getting a little mad, and I started popping my shit, as I usually do. The fuck? I don't give a fuck that you beat my ass, bitch. You gonna have to just beat my ass. The fuck? So I ended up getting boxed up a little bit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I got boxed up a little bit, but you feel me? The strong survive. I got away that day. I ended up running, seeing on his ass. And then he was looking for me, or whatever the case may be. Long story short, I ended up coming back to where he left me. I ain't have no phone. So I came back over there. When I got back over there, the police had came, because I had broke some shit or some shit like that on their window or some shit. So you feel me? By the time the police came, that he was pulling up too, so I just jumped in the car. I ain't going to jail for the free. not sorry. So boom, I end up going to, well, he ended up taking me to this little roundabout, and we started arguing again, and then whatever. Next thing I know, I'm getting pulled out of the car by my motherfucking hair, drug all across the street, all type of shit. So I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, it's no purpose in you to keep on doing this. Get your dumb ass in the car. Like, somebody else called the police. So now it's get your dumb ass in the car for the police get over here. Da, 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 da. So of course I get in the car, because I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to get beat up no more with the police. I've been here before with the police and him, and I went to jail. So it's like, bitch, I'm finna just get my stupid ass in the car, and one day this will be over with. So I always used to think that I could change him too. That's the stupid part. I used to allow myself to believe like he's only like this because of the trauma he's dealt with and what he's experienced, and his dad was abusive, and you know, this is why no. He could get the help that I got. I prayed and I asked God to heal me from this past life, heal me from the bull crap, you know what I'm saying? Then it gets better. After we get in the car and he done drug me by my hair and everything, he looked at me, man, look what the fuck you made me do. Look at your hair, look at your face. Look what I made you do. I just wanted to go to work, nigga. What the fuck did I do? So now I'm just crying. I'm mad as fuck, because I'm just like, bro, I cannot keep living like this. So boom, we end up parking up in front of his homeboy crib. He yelling, he still cussing me out. So now I jump on him, because you know how you're trying to get like a level head with somebody, so you're trying to grab their face. So I jump on him to grab his face so we could catch eye contact, so I could look at him like I'm looking at y'all, and I could just tell him like, why are you doing this? I love you. You're supposed to love me. Everything that I've been through, why are you doing this? I never got these words out, because before I knew it, his hands was around my throat and I was in the back seat. So if y'all getting choked out, if you're getting choked and you barely could breathe, your first instinct is to start punching, grabbing, punching, kicking, grabbing, and that's exactly what happened. I ended up waking up. I'm not too sure what happened after that. I just remember waking up to him slapping my face, and I knew something happened because I seen people that was dead that I wasn't supposed to see. So I was like, oh Lord, I'm in heaven. Yes, thank God. Take me now. But I couldn't stay. Obviously, God had one purpose for me. You feel me? And I ended up waking up to him, and I did not know who he was. I was like, who are you? He was like, what? And then when I closed my eyes again, and then I realized what the fuck was really going on, I say, oh, you done killed me. You done tried to kill me. I started panicking and screaming. He like, come on, baby, just chill. I'm sorry. No, you don't fucking sorry, nigga. You trying to kill me, boy. You trying to kill me. Trying to take me out of the game. So I calm down. I go to sleep. Hour later, I wake up throwing up. So my first instinct is I'm thinking, okay, this nigga, I'm thinking, oh, damn, I done got a hangover, throwing up and shit like that. But no, it wasn't a hangover. It was actually the beginning of phase 1 of my stroke. He choked me out so bad that he clogged an artery right here in my neck. He clogged the artery, and yeah, I was fucked up. So my right side ended up shut down. So let me explain to you what a stroke is. Basically, part of your brain and body shuts down. So you're not able to control your talking. You're not able to control really anything. So the only side I still had control of was my left side. My whole right side completely shut down. I couldn't talk. I was drooling out the mouth. I couldn't even sit up like this. I was stuck like this to the side. Hold on. I was stuck literally like this to the side for a long time. So him being angry, thinking I'm just being dramatic, he pushing me, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Sit the fuck up, da 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 da. So I'm trying to talk, and then he realized, like, bitch, she can't even talk right. What the fuck wrong with you? So he stepped back and he like, oh shit, I think you having a stroke. So me being who I am and knowing my dad had a stroke, I see my dad's stroke outside. I know what the fuck it looked like. I ain't know what it feel like to that day. So I'm like, oh shit, I am having a stroke. So I go to panicking, he go to panicking. Both like, don't know what the fuck to do. So I'm like, take me to the fucking hospital. So he like, man, I can't take you to the hospital. Look at your neck. I still have bruises all on my face and my neck and shit like that. So I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna say nothing. You know, I could barely talk. I really was like, basically like signing it to him a little bit. You know how a deaf person sound when they speak? That's exactly what I sounded like, a deaf person. Like I could not talk or whatever. So boom, I end up fucking around and just being able to get it out. Man, just please take me to the hospital. I won't say nothing about it. So he like, all right. Man, this nigga end up taking me to his brother's house. They get into it because his brother like, I told your dumbass, stop putting your hands on females. Why the fuck would you do that to her? Da, 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 da. Mind you, remember I told you I met him through the brother. So now, you would think the brother had some type of conscience at this point to get me the fuck out the car and call the police his damn self. No. He told me, man, get her the fuck from in front of my house. Get her from the fuck from in front of my house before something happened, bro. Get her from around here, take her to the hospital, something, bro. Get her the fuck from in front of my house type shit. I could hear everything. I don't think they knew I could hear everything, but I could. So he steady screaming, man, just bring me some weed. Bring me some weed. Bitch, I am dying and you're worrying about weed? So I open the door. I get enough strength to open the door and I fall out the car. Bitch, maybe now you will understand something. I'm dying, bitch. I don't want to die like this. Take me to the hospital. Take me to somebody. Bitch, take me to somebody that give a fuck. Because you don't give a fuck right now, bitch, and I ain't trying to die. So boom. I end up getting him to come. He pushed me back in the car. He take me to the hospital. He like, I ain't gonna be able to stay with you. I'm gonna have to leave you. No, you're not. You finna stay here. I'm not finna say nothing. You finna stay. You not finna leave me in this hospital by my motherfucking self. Long story short, we get to the hospital. They gotta pick me out the car. He tells them I got into a fight at the party because, you know, I looked crazy. I got into a fight at the party and somebody stomped on my head. That's what he told them. So, you know, they're thinking that I'm just intoxicated and on drugs or something. So they put me in a wheelchair and not to realize that I'm stroking out. So my body can't sit up in a chair. So I'm falling and I keep trying to talk. But again, I'm telling y'all, literally, I could not talk. I could not talk, not words forming or anything. It took me a week to get my full speech back. Like, it was that serious. So I ended up, even my arms, like sometimes I still get eerie in this arm, numbness, all that. Like, that's why I was in the hospital, because of headaches from here to here. That's stroke signs. You got to be very careful with that. So I was getting that for 3 days. I'm out to the hospital. I'm not gonna play with my life like this. So I ended up going, whatever. Long story short, while we get there, I ended up falling out the chair at the hospital, hitting my head on the counter. They picked me up, throw me in the chair, just tie me in the chair and push me in the corner. Ew, look at yourself. When you sober up, we'll help you. Mind you, this nigga is gone. He still have not come back yet. I'm still in this hospital by myself. My mama don't know where I'm at. Mind you, nobody knows where I'm at. Nobody knows that I'm about to die in Jackson North Hospital. Or is that South? Whichever one, Jackson down in Homestead. I'm about to die at Jackson and don't nobody know that I'm about to die. Don't nobody know that this nigga done choked me out. No, none of that. I'm finna just die and be a sad story. That's all I'm thinking. So I just kept praying like, God, you can't let me die like this. I ain't come this far to die like this. God, come on. I know you ain't bring me this far to die like this. So boom, I hear his voice. I felt like God done walked in there, boy. I swear he was the devil at one point in time, but I swear he was Jesus when I heard his voice. He was like, then I heard them saying, oh shit, he back. That's when the man say, he run to him, oh, she threw herself on the floor, da da da. So, you know, he still was like that with me, but other people being like that with me, nah. So he like, what the fuck you mean threw herself on the floor? She ain't throw herself on the fucking floor. She couldn't even walk. She couldn't even walk in this bitch. Where the fuck she at? So boom, he come back there. I'm slumped down in a chair. He picked me up, like, you know, sit me up. Like, bro, why y'all got her sitting like this? Like, what the fuck? Y'all don't see something wrong with her? She can't talk, da 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 da. So I get enough strength to be able to say, hey, they let me fall out the chair. That's when I remember passing out. And he like, they let you fall. Boom, that's when I passed out. I remember waking up to a lady saying, oh my gosh, she's stroking out, because I could hear in and out. I'm going in and out, in and out. Oh my gosh, she's stroking out. Get up to the back, man. They threw me on tables, all type of shit. Start shooting all type of shit at me. I don't know what the fuck them people were shooting at me, but I guess it worked. And they started trying to ask me how it happened, what happened, da 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 da. I couldn't really tell them. I couldn't really talk. So, you know, he telling them, you know, she got in a fight, bro. That's all I know. I just pulled up. They called me. She got in a fight. Yeah, like he wasn't even there or whatever. So the lady kept saying, are you sure you wasn't there? Because there's hair marks on her neck and da 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 da. Nah, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. So she know he lying, but it ain't too much she could do because I'm not conscious enough. So long story short, we end up, I keep saying that, but this is a long ass story. So I'm trying to get to the part. So boom. The next day we end up I end up waking up in the hospital. They end up telling me, oh, you had a stroke that was very deadly. You're very blessed to be alive. You have a clogged artery as well as a stroke. All type of stuff was going on in my neck or whatever. So it was very, 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 very devastating. Like, I thought that nobody was, you know, I didn't really want nobody to know. So eventually these people was about to fucking send me home, not realizing that it was more to me that was going on. And they had to like really do they research and everything. I ended up coding again, all type of stuff. So me being in the hospital recently is because of a stroke that was caused by an abusive boyfriend that I thought loved me and was the only person gonna love me. In reality of it, he was nothing but a manipulator, a narcissist, a fucked up ass individual. And honestly, it took for him to cut up my house and my boutique for me to realize, like, okay, I have to leave him alone. He's never gonna change. Because in all honesty, even after the stroke, he was there for me. It wasn't always bad, like I said. He was there for me. He tried to help me, take care of me. He tried to do stuff to make sure that I could walk again. He didn't like handicap me like everybody else was trying to handicap me. You know, he tried to be, you know, that person that he should have been the whole time we was together, really. But whatever, not my business, I'm gonna assume. But anyways, you know, I'm thankful I'm out of that situation. I'm thankful I made it out. And I just want to tell women that don't let no man convince you they the only one gonna love you. Because let me tell y'all something. God is real. And I would not be here today looking this amazing if it wasn't for him. You know how people look when they have a stroke? They mouth be all fucked up. All type of shit be wrong with them. God really made a way that I have a little deficits, but not too many. And guess what? Let me tell y'all how good God is, y'all. Woo! The blood clot is gone. That's something that they told me that was going to be there for the rest of my life. The blood clot was going to be there for the rest of my life. That I was going to be on blood thinness for the rest of my life. All that. But I pray. And that clot is gone, baby. That clot is gone. The deficit that was back there is gone. The only thing I have is like little headaches and stuff. I could deal with headaches. I could deal with the little problems that my body give me from time to time because it's minor. Because I could really be worse. It could be worse. And I tell myself that all the time. Don't allow my I don't ever allow myself to take anything for granted. Never. I never allow myself to take nothing for granted because it could have been worse. There's people in that situation that didn't make it out, and I made it out to tell y'all today. Don't ever stay in a situation like that. You can't change him. You cannot change him. You're never going to be able to change him. Okay? I gotta finish my makeup. I got things to do. Love y'all.